So recently, the final season of Squid Game has released, and while I was waiting for it to release, I made a couple of videos analyzing and making predictions on Squid Game 3. And now that Squid Game 3 is out, I think it's time I review it and see how shittily I did. If you haven't watched these 3 videos, then what are you doing? Go watch them! Nah, just kidding, don't waste your time. Unless you want to, then I appreciate it. But instead, if you haven't watched, I have a list here of all the claims I've made throughout those videos. Also, I'm going to include a sped up / edited version of those videos in this video. So with that being said, let's see how well I did.
On the wall, you can see the big ass checkerboard, chessboard, whatever the fuck, in the middle. So most likely, that will be human chess.
So yeah, the human chess shit didn't happen. So many people thought that shit was gonna happen because of this checkerboard shit on the wall. But honestly, chess isn't even a Korean childhood game. It would have been cool to see though.
Also, on top of the walls, you can see people hanging on some shit. So that's probably gonna be monkey bars or some shit.
So yeah, the monkey bar shit didn't happen either. I thought the monkey bars was gonna be kinda lame. But the last game, the aerial Squid Game, was somehow even lamer. So honestly, they should have done the monkey bars.
I saw some motherfuckers talk about, oh my god, the next game is Jack and Jill. Like, first of all, Jack and Jill does not exist in Korea.
So yeah, obviously they're not gonna play Jack and Jill in Korea. That's just stupid as hell. Honestly, this was too simple of a prediction, but I'm gonna count it anyway, I don't give a fuck.
The prediction that I saw that I thought was very possible is the fact that they will play the game of 동동 동대문.
So yeah, 동동 동대문, which is basically a Korean London Bridge, would have been interesting as well. But it's fine, I didn't need to see it or anything, you know?
Also, will they play the actual Squid Game that they played in Season 1 with Ki-hoon and Sang-woo? Probably not.
So yeah, they played the Sky Squid Game shit, which I guess counts as Squid Game, so frick.
Alright, so one of the biggest predictions that I saw was that in the end, the frontman will torment Ki-hoon to his breaking point, so much to the point where Ki-hoon loses all hope and becomes the frontman, while the frontman will end up promoting to the Game Master, the same position that the old man from Season 1 was. Not a bad take, but that shit is not gonna happen, and here's why.
So Ki-hoon becoming the new frontman, y'all know how much I was against that shit, cause it just didn't make sense at all based on what we've seen of Ki-hoon in Season 1 and 2.
Okay, next up is the prediction that the frontman actually ends up having a change of heart as Ki-hoon convinces him to shut the games down. Pretty much the reverse version of the previous theory where Ki-hoon becomes the frontman. Now, if this happens, it will be the best of case happy ending, but knowing the dark nature of Squid Game, I also do not think this will happen.
So yeah, even though the frontman brings a kind of a closure in the final scenes of Squid Game 3, I still wouldn't consider him a good guy.
I do think Ki-hoon will be able to stop the game somehow.
So yeah, he didn't stop shit. They still play the remaining 3 games, and also Squid Game still continues in America. So unfortunate.
The theory that I saw floating around the internet is that Ki-hoon defeats the games and goes to the US to meet his daughter, but discovers that Squid Games is international, as they have the same exact format around the entire world.
So yeah, I did call that they will have international Squid Games, but Ki-hoon did not discover it, so this doesn't count.
The director David Fincher, who's notable for movies such as Seven and Fight Club, is pretty much in the talks of remaking an American adaptation of Squid Games, so maybe this ending of Squid Game 3 will tie into the beginning of this adaptation.
Bang, 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 I did call this though. Fucking end of Squid Game 3 ties into American Squid Games. Bang.
They also said Leonardo DiCaprio is a huge fan of Squid Games, and there's rumors of him being a VIP in Season 3, or maybe he'll be the American version of the recruiter.
So yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio would have been fire, but he's just way too fucking expensive.
First off are these two motherfuckers. I don't even know what the fuck they're gonna do in Season 3, but so far in Season 2, all they've been doing is yapping out their ass. I haven't seen them do shit, and I don't think the writers will do anything more with these characters. I think they're just gonna continue being annoying until they die. Like, especially this old fuck. This motherfucker's gonna run out of gas eventually, right? As for Sunya, I don't wanna see her on my screen anymore, just remove her from my sight, and we're good. But yeah, this minion dude is dying 100%. Hopefully he's a little funnier in Season 3, but I honestly don't see what else he could do besides supporting Chunho through.
So yeah, I was completely wrong here. Mr. Choi was probably one of the most clutch motherfuckers in Season 3. Also, bro is alive and well.
My guess is, Captain Park is actually responsible for the whole organ trafficking shit, and will sail out one night by himself to go to the island and collect the organs, and Chunho will stake out and find out about it, and that's how he will infiltrate the island.
So yeah, I don't think they ever confirmed that Captain Park was responsible for the organ trafficking. Also, Juno didn't find shit, it was Mr. Choi who did everything.
The captain's probably gonna die from Chunho. So yeah, captain's dying, Chunho's living. Like I said again, Nayeon's dad, arising from his grave. So the person who shot Nayeon's dad was probably Nur. As you can see in this picture, the soldier is shorter than him, so yeah, it is probably her. And she probably shot him in a non-fatal area, and she's either gonna fix him up or threaten one of the organ surgeon motherfuckers to do it and replace one of the pink soldiers with him. And through the efforts of Nur and Daddy, maybe Ki-hoon will gain an upper hand in overthrowing the games.
Honestly, Noor and player 246 helping Ki-hoon overthrow the games would have been really cool. But also, maybe this is too much hopeful thinking, because Noor technically didn't really have any connections with Ki-hoon in Season 2 anyway.
I do think both of them will live, and maybe Nayeon's dad will be able to revisit his sick daughter. I know for a fact the writers don't have the balls to kill him off and his daughter. Noor will probably have at least one more altercation with the officer dude, and maybe this officer dude knows where her missing child is. But yeah, anyway, this officer dude also dying, because him staying alive will serve zero purpose in my opinion. But yeah, does he live or does he die? Yes, I do think he will die, but he won't die in vain. My guess is he'll take revenge against Namgyu, who I think will be the main villain in Season 3 now that Thanos is Rip Bozo. But yeah, physicality is not Minsu's best field, but he will outsmart and mog everyone in that chess game, and this will be his chance to kill Namgyu.
So yeah, I don't even know why I said this. I thought this little motherfucker was gonna be a chess god, but instead he just started popping perks.
Some people on the internet were like, oh my god, Minsu is the VIP, look! And it shows the actor's name as VIP. Like, are you guys fucking stupid or what? The actual VIP's actor's name is also David Lee, like Minsu's actor's name. So don't get fooled by the internet, please.
Yeah, there was absolutely no fucking shot this guy was a VIP.
We believe in the Minsu redemption arc. Namgyu will probably be more fierce than ever, but in the end, I do think both of these guys will be gone. So yeah, I think the mom's dying for sure. The son, I don't really know. I think he's gonna live, but maybe also he can't live on without his mom, so maybe he kills himself. I don't fucking know. Yeah, both of these motherfuckers gone too.
So I thought the mom was gonna die first, and then the son kills himself because he probably can't live without his mom. But they pulled a switcheroony on me.
Alright, now it's Taeho and Hyunju. And I personally do not believe in the Taeho redemption arc. I think he's gonna trip the fuck out even more and get himself in trouble and die.
Okay, even though I said this, I'm still very disappointed in how they neutered Taeho's character.
And also, Hyunju. I'm sorry to say it, but I think our Fortnite sweat is going too. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But anyway, I think Myunggi this time around will actually try his best to protect Chuni, and I see a sacrifice for her incoming.
So yeah, completely fucking wrong. That motherfucker didn't redeem shit. The only thing he was trying to redeem was that cash after he performed that abortion.
In my opinion, this character is so confusing though, because he seems like somewhat of a good person, but he's also capable of shutting the door on Youngmi and stabbing Thanos with a fork like he's a steak. Like, imagine the other things he's capable of. I think for sure he's gonna do some fuck shit.
He indeed tried to do some fuck shit.
I don't know, bro. At this point in the video, I'm just saying shit out my ass, but yeah, she's living for sure, because K-pop stans will kill the director if she dies.
So yeah, I thought Chuni was gonna live for sure. Can someone check if the director's still alive?
Frontman's gonna nerf the pro gamer and make him watch at least one of the games like some Clockwork Orange shit. And later he's gonna receive the help of Juno, Noor, Nayeon's dad, maybe Hyunju, I don't know, and stop the games for good. Some people said they're gonna use bombs and blow the entire place up, and I think that could be interesting for sure. Maybe the frontman doesn't make it out of that shit or something. I don't know. But yeah, to achieve the ending that we have selected to predict, the frontman, yeah, he gotta go. And Ki-hoon will live on.
So yeah, they pulled a switcheroony on me again. Frontman lives, Ki-hoon dies.
So yeah, let me bring the VIPs again into the conversation. Again, they will probably appear in Season 3 if you look at this picture. That's the same VIP room that they played the glass bridge thing on.
So yeah, those fuck-ass VIPs that gave me brain damage. This was pretty much confirmed in the trailers, but I said it before the trailers dropped, so I'ma count it.
But yeah, anyway, VIPs will most likely watch the chess game. But yeah, all the VIPs are dying for sure. Alright, another prediction that I want you guys to answer is, do you think they will mention Thanos' name at any point in Season 3? Like, bro's a legend Thanos, man. They gotta give the man at least one shout out, right? So place your bets. Over under 0.5 Thanos mentions. I'm taking the over for sure, because Namgyu or Minsu, I think one of them's gonna mention him at least once.
Bang! Cash the over 0.5 Thanos mentions. Cash that shit.
Also, last one, but how many episodes do you guys think this final season will be? Many are speculating 6 due to this image, plus the fact that the director said the season was originally supposed to be around 13 episodes, but they cut the season into 2. But maybe they'll do another 7 episodes to make it a cool 7 and 7. Alright, place your bets here, over under 6.5 episodes. And by placing a bet, I mean give me donations please, I just enabled the super thanks shit. Can someone do it and see if it works? Like send me 1 cent or some shit. But anyway, yeah, I'll take the under on this one, I think it'll be 6 episodes.
Bang! Cash the under 6.5 episodes as well. Let's go!
But anyway, yeah, that chess shit is so not happening, because number 1,
Okay, I know this is technically canceling the earlier prediction that I said chess was gonna happen, but whatever.
but another very possible game is Why Did You Come to My House? Also, the director Hwang Dong-hyuk said in an interview that that's one of his favorite childhood games, and it might be seen in Squid Game 3. So yeah, it's pretty much confirmed.
So yeah, Why Did You Come to My House? Another game that I thought for sure was gonna happen, but ended up not happening.
Also in the O team, we can see this guy, player 203. Now this guy will surely be a more prominent villain in Season 2, I'm assuming.
Okay, so player 203 did have more of a role, but honestly, it wasn't as much as I expected. All he did was 도시락 다 쌌어요.
Here we see some Squid Game's loot crate boxes. In this frame, it's pink, and in the next frame, it's navy, so maybe each team gets their own box. But they're also receiving this not in the lobby, but when they're actually lined up for the game. So I'm wondering if it's a knife or something to use during the games. I also noticed that they're wearing some jersey or pinnies or whatever of the color they received in the gumball, but it looks like Hyunju's in the maze in this one. So I actually think the gumball just decides the team for the rest of the series, not just one game. Here we see Dor venting like a sussy-wussy amogus imposter, like Sebyuk in Season 1. And yeah, I think her character is gonna be a lot more developed in Season 3. Maybe the maze game is to find the key in the maze to get out, and the knife is basically the weapon that is allowed in the game.
Okay, technically, I said you have to find the key in the maze, but generally, the point of the game was you use the key to escape, and knife is allowed in the game, so I'm accounted.
I think she's gonna burn down the grounds. We see someone drawing an arrow here, maybe trying to tell their teammates where the exit or the key is in the maze. They're wearing bracelets here, and not to enforce gender stereotypes, but I'm gonna assume this is a woman who is doing this.
Okay, it was Sonya that did this. Sonya equals woman equals I got this right too.
Some people say they're gonna play Korean chess, also known as Changi, and no, that is not happening because 1. Also, Chuni is shedding tears here. I'm gonna say the reason is because Myunggi dies, and that's enough for her to shed a tear, but not completely bawl or anything, you know?
Completely fucking wrong. Myunggi didn't sacrifice shit. She's crying here because she killed herself.
And obviously at the end the baby cries, so yeah, she's gonna pop out her kid. But I am so willing to bet that happens at the end of the show as like a somewhat happy ending. No way the show is gonna make us watch Chuni try to play the games while she's taking care of her kid throughout the entire show, in my opinion.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
Also, more specifically, this isn't just gonna be a game of jump ropes, it's gonna be a game called Komaya Komaya.
So because of the song that was playing in the trailer, I thought for sure they were going to be a little more creative and play Komaya Komaya. But nah, they just played fucking regular jump ropes.
Honestly, not too excited about this game because I'm pretty sure this game will happen before the maze game. Like, this is the red light, green light of Season 3. If I were to guess, I'm pretty sure this old motherfucker's gonna die. Like, look how scared this motherfucker looks. His knees aren't built strongly enough to support this type of activity. But anyway, let's move on.
Nope, this old ass motherfucker somehow made top 4.
And Sonya's out here trying to find which path is the correct one. And all this reminded me of is the illusion of free choice meme, because y'all motherfuckers not making top 3 either way. This frame with Ki-hoon is pretty interesting. It looks like he's doing the same shit as red light, green light, where he's trying to get everyone to be safe before the timer runs out. And by the way, who the fuck is this guy? I've not seen a single frame of him in Season 2, and unlike Player 203, I low-key don't know who this actor is, so this guy better be some random NPC that dies soon.
So yeah, this guy was indeed a random that got fucked over by Hyunju real quick.
Anyways, we see Ki-hoon on the screen here, which means the VIPs are probably watching, because low-key the maze shit seems kind of entertaining to watch. Here we see player 226, played by actor Lee Sung-woo, who's like one of those mid-tier actors that plays small roles, but you see him enough to recognize his face. We've seen him around in Season 2, but I believe his role will be a bit more elevated in Season 3.
I wouldn't say his role was elevated, it was around the same, honestly. This guy low-key has a lot of international fans though, which is kind of crazy.
Here we see Hyunju absolutely demolishing a motherfucker, and some people said this is Yongsik because his hair is curly. There's no fucking way that's true.
Yeah, that was not Yongsik. It would have not made sense if they fought.
Skip a couple frames and we see characters inside some children's playroom type walls, and Sunya is out here absolutely fucking losing it, slamming the door. Maybe these are also part of the maze game, but you get trapped in or something. Like, why else would you be that frustrated, you know what I mean? Also, you can see this frame where there's millions of fake doors that lead to nothing. Someone's falling in there for sure. Here we see Hyunju opening a door and the room is low-key bright and yellow. Maybe she finds the exit?
So yeah, she does find the exit, but gets fucked over right after. So total here is 46 out of 80, which is 58%-ish. Honestly, not even bad, but also half the shit I got right are kinda obvious. I don't know, how do you think I did? I guess this all depends on the perspective. If I shot 58% while playing basketball, I'll be pretty happy with myself, cause that's pretty damn efficient. But if I got a 58% on an exam, I'd be killing myself. Anyways, Squid Game 3 definitely did not go the way I thought it would, but still I am personally fine with the ending. Like, I didn't expect a flower, sunshiny, happy ending, but I just wish some more things were developed. Let's see what some of my subscribers thought Squid Game 3 should have went. First we have Bella and Beza. By the way, if I pronounce your username wrong, then my bad. But also you should have chosen a different username. I'm just kidding, but anyway. So, they said, I wish at the end Ki-hoon would have pressed the button before killing 333, and then Ki-hoon and the baby would have lived, so he would go back to his daughter with the baby. That would be the ultimate happy ending, but knowing the nature of Squid Games, I feel like this is a bit too much of a happy ending. But your wish is still granted due to AI, because there is an AI version where it just shows all the possible happy endings. You've probably seen that too, but yeah. Alright, next up is YNG. They should call the American Squid Game Cow Game, because they're gonna be milking the shit out of this show for the end of time. You know, when I first read Cow Game, I thought you were making an Americans are fat joke, but I mean, I guess that makes sense too. They're gonna milk the shit out of it. Honestly, I am still looking forward to the American Squid Games because it is directed by David Fincher, but also I hope it's like no more than 2 seasons because I'm not trying to watch all this shit. Anyways, moving on. So we got Eban official here saying Juno should name Juni's baby alt account because that's exactly what it was. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went. The baby smurfed the fuck out of everyone in one. Next up, we got N Draco here. Shoutouts to N Draco. Ki-hoon should have water bucket clutch before hitting the bottom. Skill issue. Honestly, facts. Ki-hoon, you fucking dumbass. Anyways, next up is Din Don. The baby turned into the baby and it turned into a car, then rolled over the front man and started dancing on his grave while the island exploded and Squid Game ended just like that. Dude, I haven't heard of the baby meme in like so long. Was that like 2020? I'm pretty sure that was 2020. Alright, next up we got Ian Lee. Squid Game 3 could have a bit better? The fuck does that even mean? Can you speak better English? Alright, next up is Florato Gelato. If they're gonna tease Squid Game USA at the end, they should have used a more iconic US actor, cause seeing the US saleswoman was clearly supposed to be some huge pin drop moment, but I had no idea who the fuck she was. I'm British, by the way. So yeah, they're referring to Cate Blanchett, who was at the end of Squid Game 3. And me personally, I'm not too familiar with Cate Blanchett, but I know that she has multiple Oscars, and she's Hela from Thor. But yeah, I do agree they should have used someone a little more famous, like, I don't know, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. But yeah, that shit's gonna cost too much money. But honestly, I see a lot of hate towards the new US saleswoman, because like, you know, they're saying Kong Yu, the Korean one, it like clearly mogs her, and I'm just like, I don't think the actress deserves this much hate, to be honest. I'm personally still fine with that selection. I mean, Cate Blanchett, you know, it'll work. Alright, next up is Bleat197. I think they should have kept at least a few main characters alive till Game 6 and kill off all the randoms and player 100 during Jump Rope. I wish Jump Rope would have been more interesting and utilized a song. I wish Juno and Ino had a proper conversation. Honestly, I agree with all of this. Honestly, the Jump Ropes was not as interesting as I thought it would have been. And yeah, Juno and Ino like not having a proper conversation, they just fucking like, you know, stare at each other for like 2 seconds and Ino descends down the dooms of hell. Like that shit was just kind of ass. 8 out of 10 season, I'd say it's like 7 at best. I mean, I still had fun watching, so yeah, I guess if you count the fun factor in, then I guess 8 out of 10 is like cool, kind of. I don't know. Alright, lastly we have Lots XO. Okay. They should have brought Wei-Lam back to life and make him have a 1v1 with Kyun, and then make 457 canon, and then suddenly it's revealed that everyone is actually alive and they all start screaming at Ilham and kill him. Alright, this is on some multiverse, alternate universe type shit. Honestly, this comment just reminds me of the fucking taxidermy that we saw for a bit. Like, why the hell did they even have that in there? But anyways, thanks for your comments. Shoutouts to all the Yeetmo Yapage subs. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.